Every Thursday, Triple M Breakfast Host out of Brisbane, and former Wallaby fullback himself, Greg Martin, joins us. Mate, are you there? Can you hear us?
Hold on, can I try? One moment.
Yeah.
I've got headphones on.
Mm.
Can I go? Yeah, I can hear that because I'm near traffic. How's that for you both?
Yeah, it's quite distorted this end.
Righto, I'll go back to loud. How's that?
Yeah, that's great.
You might have traffic going by.
No, that's fine. Look, what is there a young person beside you who's helped you with that, or did you work that out by yourself?
Okay, there's no need to be rude. That's about all I can do, but I can do it.
And what?
Hey, listen, I don't think the Wallabies has been named yet, but that bloke whose photo I sent you, I've never heard of him before in my life, and he's going to be our openside flanker, which is usually the position reserved for the best player in your team, I thought.
Carlo Tizzano, 180 centimetres,
Ever heard of him?
98 Ks. He's not that big, really. He's Michael Hooper's size.
Yeah, but Fraser McWright's only about that size too.
Oh, and you love Fraser, mate. You love Fraser, don't you?
Of course I love Fraser. He gives me leftover gear.
That's he does. Why are you on your push bike? Are you still doing the chippy thing at the moment?
No, because I'm trying not to be as fat as I am.
Right, okay.
You know that thing?
Yeah, I know, mate. It gets to us at the stage, doesn't it? Well, look, it's great to be yakking again after I spent a week in Bali. What I forgot about Bali was that Bali is Aussie's backyard. It's only 3 or 4 or 5 hours for you blokes to get up there.
Yeah, do you understand FIFO workers fly in, fly out? A lot of them don't go back to where they're supposed to live or where they're from. They go and do their work, and then they go and hang out and drink bintangs for 2 weeks in Bali, then they go back to work. That's an increasingly popular idea.
What a beautiful country. Yeah. The people up there are just beautiful, aren't they? God, that's just the attitude to life, you know. I mean, honestly, I'd love to truck the whole of our country up there just to see what people do, how they live, how they eat, and what they get paid and how happy they are.
Yeah. Have you been feeling very blessed all week, have you?
Yeah,
and,
all of that.
And out to your gods. And stuff. It is. It's amazing. And then we spoiled by, the Russians are the a-holes these days. The Aussies actually look like angels now. The Russians have moved in there and the Germans. Did you notice many of them?
Yeah, they own everything, mate. They own absolutely everything. Let's talk some rugby. All Blacks have been announced. We've got a couple of changes. This is what I really applaud Razor and his selectors. So they've dropped Rico to the bench, and they've also dropped Samapeni. I mean, Samapeni is a beast, but he just didn't front against England, went AWOL, so he's been dropped. And Rico, 30-something tests at centre, just hasn't proved himself, so he's been dropped as well. This is, normally the selectors are quite conservative for New Zealand, mate. So this is actually a guy who's looking at it going, no, I see the performance. I want better. Here's my opportunity. I'll take it. Good on Razor.
Yeah, this is good, mate. I love, because he's not massively changing the combinations. He's just changing it up for anyone who thinks everything's safe and secure, and that's when they lose their hunger. When everyone thinks, no, I'm a regular, this is all easy, he's providing an edge. Good on him, mate. That's bold, but it's fabulous. I love it, because you weren't that bloody good against England, so why not sharpen everything up a bit?
I'm glad you said that as well, because we've just got such a rah-rah cheese factory sports media here that there is no quality analysis. We have Justin Marshall on, we have Mex on, and those guys actually tell the truth. A couple of ex-All Blacks who do actually analyse. But anyone that does criticise these days, they get shut down pretty quick in this country.
Oh, is that right? Well, no, you need room there. Oh, actually, no, speaking of which, are we going to talk the Broncos any stage? Because I was bagging on 1 hour in Brisbane here. You're not allowed to bag them. Had a number of callers from, what should I say, within the Broncos trying to shut me down. I said, you can't. I'm an old, you can't stop me. There's some people they can stop, but it doesn't matter if they can't stop me saying things. So that's what your media needs, not a bunch of blokes with a mortgage that has to be paid and desperation in life. No, you need to actually speak the truth if you're in the media, like you, mate. Well,
this is the whole point, and it's interesting that you bring up the Warriors, because the CEO should be very relieved this week, because amongst the Olympic Games, Sean Johnson's retirement, which is, good on him, but it's very conveniently placed. And I say that because with the All Blacks as well, the Warriors should be wearing it this week for an absolutely pathetic performance against Parramatta and a failed season where they've won 8 out of 20 games. And all of that has been conveniently papered over because of Sean's retirement. And that's going to be the focus now to the end of the season, as opposed to what the hell has gone wrong. And for your Broncos, it's exactly the same, mate. Hell, this is a team that got within so close of a grand final last year. The wheels have completely fallen off. You should be talking about this.
let's talk about that in two parts. Sean Johnson, I love the bloke. We've actually got him on our station tomorrow morning because I love him so much. We've never had an All Black on in the last 12 years, 22. I don't think we've ever had an All Black on, a current All Black on our show. Yet I'm going to have Sean Johnson on tomorrow because I love the bloke. Beware playing the Warriors the next 4 weekends because, we're tied in with the Dolphins, so it all sort of works. But beware because of he'll lift the Warriors, I reckon, mate. If he can actually run, but he sounds like he's run out of steam. Good on him because he's been a legend. Let's get to the Broncos. More worried in Instagram likes than in what goes on the football. They've lost their hard edge. Mate, they're a bunch of show ponies. Reece Walsh came out last Saturday before the match. You know how the players go out and watch the reserve grade and have a look around what the conditions are like. He came out without a shirt on.
Right.
Will that do you?
Yeah.
Is that all you need to know?
Yeah. That's and look, and I accuse the Warriors of this as well. And is the club a marketing PR department or are they a serious professional football side? I know that the two things can go hand in hand, but to me at the moment, their focus seems to be opening bars, selling heritage jerseys, selling out the stadium and all the social media, which is all just rah stuff. Yet on the field, 8 wins out of 20. You see, it's not about should have won games because that's the invisible column. The only one that counts is the one with wins, and 8 games out of 20 is not good enough.
Have you heard of course you've heard the term. We've used it, results-driven business. I don't care how many bums you get on seats. It's a really parallel story between what happened last year, how good the Warriors were last year, how good the Broncos were last year, and what's going on this year. They think that you just had to turn up and everything goes fine because they've got 250,000 followers on Instagram.
That's exactly
Look,
it.
we're sold out. The Broncos and the Warriors are very similar patterns, similar-sized cities, similar-sized love, and we all want to love these two teams if we're fans of them. But quite simply, every minute you step out on that field, you have to fight and fight and fight. Like every game starts at 0-0. It doesn't start at Instagram followers, and they just don't get it yet. They need an old... I don't know if you've got one. I don't think you do. An old bloke who to set the standards. And, it might be boring. He might not be good enough to play the game, but play any more in the A grade. But the Broncos don't have it. Someone who sets their standards culturally and physically.